tornado that's near Heartland, 8 miles northwest of Albert Lea. That has been confirmed by law enforcement there. And again, confirmed tornado northwest of Albert Lea. There's a possibility we could have some flying debris with that. Let's just jump right into the radar picture. I'll show you what's going on right now. We have a very large tornado warning for this, and some nondescript cells right there, but there's a fair amount of rotation in the atmosphere. So the area that we're looking at especially is off to the northwest of Albert Lea, and this cell located right up here by Heartland. So we're looking at that with the likelihood, actually there is a confirmed tornado with that. It's not a very large storm at this time, but law enforcement has confirmed a tornado with that. All these cells that are popping up this afternoon, as you see right there, and the cell that's a little bit closer to Albert Lea and the cell that's a little bit closer to Clarks Grove. There's quite a bit of low-level rotation in the atmosphere right now. So that tornado warning has been issued for about the next 9 minutes. It's a pretty short-lived tornado warning that is on that storm at this time. You're going to be hearing the sirens going off in a lot of communities around Freeborn County into southern Steele County. And while we don't have any big supercells right now that are capable of producing a very large tornado, we do have multiple storms with enough rotation in them right now, and looking all over at that cell that is now just north of Heartland, another one that is right on top of Clarks Grove, another one that is near Manchester. We do not have a significant storm on top of Albert Lea right now, but keep an eye on that one that is just down to the southwest of Albert Lea, as there could be a tornado with that, and especially this one that's coming into the southwestern corner of Freeborn County. So southwestern Steele County, southeastern Waseca County, and Freeborn County are underneath that tornado warning for the next 9 minutes. We also have a tornado warning that is in effect for Fillmore County and far southeastern Mower County, north of Leroy. And I just want to pull up a little bit more information on that. These both came out at almost exactly the same time. That's going to be taking it just south of Ostrander, by the way. So this tornado warning in southeastern Mower County is until 4:15. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, and that is moving east at 30 miles per hour. So you're right underneath the core of that storm right now in Spring Valley down to Bloomfield. I also want to get just a little bit of movement here to show you where the most dangerous portion of the storm is located. That is currently between around 740th Avenue and 770th Avenue. I'm going to pull the scope on this just to take a look at the velocity signature right there. And there are signs of rotation in that particular cell right now. So we have the potential of a tornado right there on the eastern side of Mower County moving into the western side of Fillmore County. That does include Spring Valley. That is going to be moving to the east toward Bloomfield and eventually toward the Forestville State Park area. So that storm right now very quickly has developed. That was rapid development within that particular storm. And why don't you pull back 2 boxes, Bob, just so that we can see both of us here. Everything that's developing right now has done so very rapidly, and that is one of the primary concerns right there. We are not necessarily looking at the possibility of tornadoes through the entirety of the rest of today, but what is developing this afternoon is doing so very quickly. I want to take you back to this storm that we have over Freeborn County. Numerous storms over Freeborn County right now. We don't have one very large descript supercell, but within any of these storms currently in Freeborn County, they are capable of producing a tornado. And then we have another tornado warning back into Faribault County. This one was just issued. I want to take a closer look at that and show you what direction it's going. That is located south of Blue Earth. It's moving to the northeast. It is going to be moving over I-90 within about the next 10 minutes, and that is in effect until 4:15 p.m. So that is just off to our west, but we'll have some viewers that are off to the eastern side of Faribault County, the far western side of Freeborn County. We do have a very large tornado warning currently in effect for Freeborn County, numerous cells right now. Bob, just an FYI, get the green screen ready. I'm going to pop over there in just a little bit. So now we have 3 tornado warnings that have popped up in about the last 5 to 10 minutes. That will explain the sirens that are going to be going off in your community in parts of Mower County, Fillmore County, and in Freeborn County. If you are within this polygon, just an FYI that you need to be taking shelter right now. The most dangerous portion of this storm on the eastern side of Mower County is right here, right there to the west of the Bloomfield area, and that is making its way to the northeast, and that warning is in effect until 4:15 p.m. On top of that, within these storms, there will also be the possibility of some damaging winds, not just tornado damage to go with that. We have the possibility that some of these are going to be producing some very strong damaging winds within the downdraft of these storms. I'm going to pop onto the screen here so I can show you a little bit more as to what's going on with this whole area of Freeborn County, because it might look a little bit confusing here on the radar picture. There are numerous cells that have popped up rather quickly. So over the Heartland area, Bob, if we could also get Gil over here, I might need to get something fixed in here. Over Freeborn County and Clarks Grove in this area, up to around Heartland, that's where there was a confirmed tornado from law enforcement. That's moving off to the northeast. I'm also very leery of this storm that is now in the Glenville-Emmons area, and that is moving to the northeast toward Albert Lea. So everybody in this warning right now needs to be taking shelter, as there's the possibility that any of these storms could be producing a tornado at this time. And we have a fresh tornado warning now that has also just been issued back into Faribault County, and that is moving to the northeast. So all of these storms right now, in the environment that we're in, as we have a front right on top of the area, those winds are coming together in this area right now, and that's providing some low-level spin in the atmosphere. And as that's occurring, any of these storms are capable of producing a tornado. Now, we don't have a big just Goliath supercell at this time to really keep an eye on, but all of these storms in all these locations are capable of producing something. So I just want to give you a heads up, as these have pulsed up, and they're just not looking that impressive on the radar picture, but that's not to say they're not capable of producing at least a lower level tornado, which is going to be doing some damage. So you want to be taking shelter right now in Freeborn County. We also have a brand new tornado warning that has come out for this cell, and a brand new tornado warning that has popped up just to the south of that. So I'm going to pop back over here to the computer now, as we have had a half dozen tornado warnings that have popped up now in a very short amount of time. So this very latest tornado warning that we have does include the city of Albert Lea. That is near, let's see, this one between Conger and Emmons. That is moving to the northeast. We also have a brand new tornado warning for this cell that's in the Lake Mills area. The most dangerous portion of that storm is going to be right on this turn where we have Highway 69 headed toward Lake Mills. So right there, that's where the most dangerous portion of that storm is located. If you are in that area, you need to be taking shelter right now in northern northeast Winnebago County and northwestern Worth County. We also have now multiple tornado warnings in Freeborn County. You need to be taking shelter there. The most dangerous portion of this storm is between just to the northwest of Emmons in Glenville. Taking shelter, please, right now. Same with Albert Lea as the storm is moving your direction. We also have a tornado warning that's in effect, and this one is now starting to look a little bit more potent on the radar picture. This is on the eastern side of Mower County, and that storm is continuing to move off to the northeast. So now we're getting a little bit more well-defined hook echo on that cell. On the eastern side of Mower County, this is just to the north of Leroy right now. Please be taking shelter north of Leroy, headed toward the Spring Valley area. It looks like the most dangerous portion of the storm is going to remain just a little bit to the south of Spring Valley as far as where it's rotating as it continues to move off to the east. But notice right there on the map in the Bloomfield area, it's also going to be affecting Wyckoff soon enough. But right now on 770th Avenue, moving towards 790th Avenue, and that turn right there with 180th Street. So I'm going to highlight that right there. This is currently the most dangerous portion of that storm on the eastern side of Mower County, and it's about to cut into Fillmore County. This continues to move to the northeast at around, let's see, 30 miles per hour. We're looking at, I just got a note from the National Weather Service. The Ostrander storm rotation is still notable, but a little broader. Not as tight as it was just a little bit earlier is what they're saying. So not intentionally leaving anyone out here, but we just had a lot of tornado warnings dropped in a short amount of time. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are currently in effect. That larger entire Freeborn County warning has been canceled. They've redrawn the polygon to just include this area right here. So Glenville, Albert Lea, Conger, Emmons, you need to be taking shelter right now. It is really tough to pick apart on the radar picture right now as to what exactly, where exactly The rotation is going to be within these cells, but I just want to give you a heads up. In Conger, to me, this is looking to be one of the more dangerous portions of the storm, right there on the northwest side of it. And I know for those of you who are severe weather junkies, that's a little bit of an odd location for it, but it is just something we need to keep an eye on, as we have just a very kind of fascinating setup with the atmosphere today, is we haven't had that big, broad heating of the atmosphere. It's just been raining steadily over the course of today. Please be taking shelter right now in southern Freeborn County, including the city of Albert Lea, as this storm is moving your way. Also, this storm capable of producing a tornado that is on the far northeastern side of Winnebago County. And I would also keep a very close eye on this one that's near Bristol. I wouldn't be surprised if that's able to produce a tornado right now. So Bristol to Joyce, there isn't a polygon there right now for your specific area with this specific storm. Here's the one I'm looking at right here. But in Bristol, you should be taking shelter right now. You know, one thing to note about these storms today is that they're not going to be, there could be some hail, but these are not going to be really big hail producers. I've just got a new warning that came in. We're going to go to that. This is a tornado that has been observed now, and a new warning that just came out. All right. That one is for just this cell right here, moving toward Ellendale currently. So Heartland, Ellendale area. I know it is just not looking like much in the radar picture, but this storm has an observed tornado with it. This storm in the northern side of Freeborn County, that has been issued less than a minute ago. While we were just talking, you saw that pop up. Those of you in the Ellendale area need to be taking shelter. Same with just north of Clarks Grove, Heartland, Geneva, Ellendale. Please be taking shelter at this time. So zooming out, I want to show you all the warnings that we have now. This has all happened within about the last 10 to 15 minutes, going all the way back to Faribault County. That storm capable of producing a tornado that is in between Frost and Blue Earth right now. That tornado warning is in effect until 4:15. Also, the southern side of Freeborn County, including Albert Lea, we have a tornado warning. That is until 4:15. We have the tornado warning on northern Freeborn County into southern Steele County, moving toward the Highway 30 area within about the next 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to pull open the chat here from the Twin Cities. Bob, let's go back to a two-shot here, so I'm not leaving everybody alone. I just want to let you know that we're here. We've got reports of a tornado southwest of Alden, which prompted the warning for Freeborn County. No likely, let's see, this is a different one. That's old information, sorry, I'm going to rewind that. At the time, with that particular cell, it said no threat to Albert Lea, but now that has changed. I want everybody in Albert Lea to be taking shelter from the storm. It is very difficult to pin down exactly where there might be a tornado with this cell at this time, but we've got the strongest portion of the storm, and likely with some rotation that's making its way into the Albert Lea area. And don't worry, everyone in Mower County, I'm not leaving you out. It's just that we've been handed a whole pile of storms right now in a short amount of time. So let's go back to the green screen so I can point this out. I want to show you that storm right now that you can see located south of Armstrong, right in the Conger area. This storm right here, and then we've got another strong portion of the storm just to the south of it. And here we go in Albert Lea. This is the outline of the tornado warning right there. You need to be taking shelter. You still have time in Albert Lea. So please be taking shelter from the storm right now, especially in the Conger area. You need to be in your basement away from this storm that's capable of producing a tornado. Notice we're not looking at much in the way of hail production, even though you're seeing a pretty strong core here. That has strengthened a little bit. The atmosphere is very warm, up almost a mile. So we're not looking at temperatures that are cold aloft as they typically would be. So we're not looking at a hail threat. This is almost entirely a tornado threat and some damaging winds. All right, a very new scan of the radar came in. This is approaching Highway 69, this storm between Armstrong, Conger. This is a broad area, but just a heads up that we're looking at the possibility of rotation anywhere within that area. And we already have a history of some storms producing tornadoes here. I'm going to bounce back out and take a look around the entire area. But again, as I'm walking over, just a heads up, you need to be taking shelter in the Albert Lea area. The entire polygon, that's the shape of that tornado warning. Just make the safe choice right here as these storms continue to move through the area, also into Winnebago County and Worth County on the northern side of that. So taking a broader view, this whole location right now, from Albert Lea down to Lake Mills, we have some fairly nondescript imagery on radar right here just because Freeborn County, Worth, and Winnebago, unfortunately, are a long distance away from the radar sites. So it's very difficult to pinpoint exact location and to get a good idea of the rotation. But in between 110th Street, it's Highway 13 to 180th Street. And then this portion of the storm right there as well, moving toward Highway 69. This is also capable of producing a tornado right there. And now farther down to the south, we also have that storm that is in Winnebago and Worth County, basically right on the Winnebago-Worth County line near Lake Mills. Please be taking shelter. It's that whole length of Highway 69 from Lake Mills all the way up to Albert Lea. There's the possibility of a tornado occurring within that line. Okay, now getting back over to those storms that we have farther to the east. Leroy Ostrander area up to around Bloomfield. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of the tilt here so we can get a more accurate view of what's going on. But this tornado warning is in effect until 4:15. All right, so there we have, there's Ostrander right there. You need to be taking shelter in Ostrander right now. I'm going to take a look at the velocity scope here. Signs of rotation are very close to Ostrander right now. As they mentioned in the National Weather Service chat a little bit ago, that rotation has broadened a little bit, but I would expect there to be a tornado in that location. That storm no longer has a tornado warning in Mower County, but it is the western side of Fillmore County. Bloomfield, Fillmore, Ostrander, Wyckoff. You need to be taking shelter right now. That storm is capable of producing a tornado. As we are looking at a very broad area, numerous tornado warnings, and some of these that are even outside of warnings we have seen. I would just say, just for safety's sake, there could potentially be some development happening soon in the St. Ansgar area, all the way over to around maybe Fertile, but the most dangerous storm right now is going to be approaching the Northwood area. It's west of Northwood. It's approaching I-35. That's going to be the far northwestern corner of Worth County and far northeastern corner of Winnebago County. We've got our own eyes in the sky in Albert Lea. Jim Peterson is out there, meteorologist Jim Peterson. He has just let me know that he's not seeing anything at this time, but we do have a tornado warning in Freeborn County. Just want to, oh man, we've got a fire hose of information coming in right now. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at the National Weather Service chat, give my voice a rest for just a second. We are seeing, let's see if we've got any new information coming out. Let's see, we're looking at the Freeborn County storm right there, that tornado warning that is in effect until 4:15. We don't have, a classic supercellular setup with any of these storms right now. These small storms have been producing tornadoes so far. We have the law enforcement confirmed tornado that was near Ellendale earlier. Near Heartland earlier, and that's all moving toward Ellendale. So this area right here, Ellendale to north of Clarks Grove, we just have storms that have popped up that are rotating and have the capability of producing some tornadoes. Also, and Jim, if you're watching, maybe we could get a call in from you as well, just to get a heads up for what's going on in Freeborn County. By the way, numerous tornadoes. Let's see, 58-mile-per-hour wind reported 1 mile east of Ostrander. That was just a few minutes ago. Rotation developing with the storm moving into Leroy. A lot of moving parts. This storm does not have a warning on it right now, but all of these are showing signs of rotation. We could have a tornado warning on it, any of these storms at any moment. So in the Leroy area, just a heads up for you right now. This storm to me looks a little bit more dangerous than the rest. North of Ostrander right now into the Bloomfield area, and that's moving to the northeast. That's going to be moving just passing north of Forestville. That's going to be, let's put a track on this right now, from the most dangerous part of the storm to the northeast. That's going to be moving into Bloomfield shortly. There right now is 409, Wyckoff at 424, and Fillmore at 428. So that storm has a tornado warning on it until 4:15. It does look like it could be moving into the Preston area, but the speed of these storms has not been too extreme. So it's something we're just going to keep a watch on. We have tornado warnings now still for Albert Lea. Tornado warning is in effect for Albert Lea at this time. We are not getting any reports out of the Twin Cities National Weather Service office, but Jim, if you could keep me apprised of anything that you might happen to see in the skies right now in Albert Lea. The storm right now, tornado warning for about the next 5 minutes, and we have no new reports of any tornadoes with that at this time, but we are going to stay with you here until all these warnings have expired, and it might be a while yet. And just to the northeast of Lake Mills, we also have this tornado warning until 4:45. Until 4:45, we have that tornado warning that is in effect. Let's see, the answer to that, let's just say yes, that would be great. And it looks like we might have some video starting to come in here soon. We've got some video reports. I'm assuming that might be from Freeborn County. Freeborn County warning continues for about the next 5 minutes. We're not looking at any brand new reports from the National Weather Service on that, but you need to be taking shelter right now from Albert Lea down to the Glenville area. That's a pretty all-encompassing warning that we have in effect right now, all the way through central Freeborn County. And the Lake Mills storm moving into the northwestern side of Worth County. That's a longer-lived tornado warning. That is in effect for about the next, 34 minutes on that one. And we also have a tornado warning on the northern side of Freeborn County into southern Steele County. We have numerous cells right now. Within that very large tornado warning, it's very difficult to pinpoint exactly where that might be, but anywhere now from Geneva to Ellendale, if you are located in this polygon, you need to be taking shelter at this time. There was an observed tornado, and this one is showing more signs of life than anything else. This storm that is in the Bloomfield Ostrander area that is moving to the northeast, it is going to be passing south of Spring Valley. Certainly you're hearing quite a bit in the Spring Valley area right now. That continues to move to the northeast. That tornado warning is in effect until 4:15. Our friends at the National Weather Service in La Crosse are all over that one right now. We have had history of wind gusts up to 58 miles per hour. That is certainly enough to be doing some damage at this time. Okay, I'm going to just go back to another larger graphic here just to regroup a little bit. We have warnings that are currently in effect for a very large area. I'm going to bring this graphic up if we can. I think things had frozen a little bit. All right, just taking a quick drink of water. I'm going to hop in front of the green screen and start to debrief a little bit more on these storms because this has all been happening very rapidly. Robin has joined me in the studio right now. If we have any additional information that we'll be able to share, we're going to do that. Please be taking shelter in northern Freeborn County right now and southern Steele County. Southern Freeborn County, a tornado warning right there all the way to the Minnesota-Iowa border. This storm right here, that is also capable of producing a tornado in far northern Worth County. That's going to be heading into Northwood and also the western side of Fillmore County. This storm showing a little bit more strength than any of the other storms out there. We also have brand new tornado warnings that have been issued just off to our west. We are under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. this evening. These thunderstorms will also be producing some very heavy rain as they continue to move through. Some good news is Albert Lea, you are clear of the cell, but it has moved right to the I-35 and I-90 corridor with the possibility of it continuing to move to the northeast. They have not continued that tornado warning farther with that one, but a little bit farther down to the south, getting closer to the Minnesota-Iowa border. Right on I-35 is where that's capable of producing a tornado. And this storm also very concerning. We've got that hook right there. Also, just heads up, anyone north of Leroy, you should be taking shelter at this time too. It's a possibility they could be issuing a tornado warning on that particular cell. Just a couple of twin supercells. This was at one point just one storm, and now that has split into two. Just east of the highway in Bloomfield, moving to the east of Spring Valley. That's going to be approaching Highway 16 within about the next 10 to 15 minutes. That tornado warning is in effect until 4:15 p.m. Let's see, we've got numerous reports that are coming in from our friends let's see, tornado warned storm southeast of Spring Valley. Doesn't have strong rotation at the moment, but its updraft has strengthened in recent scans. So with that said, the rotation is bad. It isn't as bad right now. It has strengthened. The core of the storm is getting larger. I would expect this to be able to continue to produce some tornadoes as it moves off to the northeast. This storm, also a very potent one on the far southeastern side of Mower County, close to Leroy right now. We don't have any information coming in at this time or anything that has been spotted in the field, but we do have, all right, so they've just let that tornado warning go. I would expect it could possibly be rewarned on. Both of these are concerning to me. They've let that tornado warning go for the Albert Lea area. That tornado warning has now expired. The Freeborn Steele County warning in this area does continue for the next 15 minutes. We don't have anything extremely descript on that storm right now, but anywhere in this area, we're getting reports from law enforcement of a tornado. So my best guess, without having eyeballs on this myself, is that this cell, that cell north of Ellendale, and possibly this cell near Geneva, is capable of producing a tornado. We also have a strong cell that's in the Albert Lea area. They've let that tornado warning expired. Albert Lea, you are not under a tornado warning at this very moment. This storm is looking a little bit more potent. It is also a longer winded tornado warning that goes for the next 30 minutes in northern, in northern Worth County. All right, a lot happening right now all across the area. Numerous storms have popped up. They've let that tornado warning go in Faribault County. That tornado warning that we have right now in northern Freeborn County and southern Steele County, that continues until 4:45. Just a big picture view here. There is just a whole lot happening. So we're down to 2 tornado warnings right now. Haven't heard any reports coming out of the Worth County area. That storm has exited Winnebago County. Technically speaking, Winnebago County is still under that tornado warning, but this area that we have right here is concerning. And taking a look at the velocity picture, there is not anything that I'm seeing in the velocity right now that is overtly concerning, but I would just say, for safety's sake, you need to be taking shelter if you live in this area. If you're around Wheelerwood Road and just to the west. All right, let's take a look at that video. We do have video that has come in. Could anybody give me some information as to where this video is? All right, this was west of Alden, okay? So a well-defined tornado that we can see very clearly right there. That's what was reported earlier. Just taking a drink of water here. Look at that, my goodness. So that was west of Alden, and that was, do we know what time that was taken? Does anyone know what time that was taken? We don't know what time that was taken, but that was when that warning was first issued. All right, let's see. That warning has been let to expire. It has been canceled early in northern Worth County. We still have that tornado warning that is in effect. We got another cell right there that's near Heartland as well from Freeborn moving in. That tornado warning is in effect until 4:30. We have numerous cells that are within that. It's making it extremely difficult to pinpoint exactly what is happening and where it is happening, but let's just trust within that tornado warning area that there may be something occurring. Right now, the most dangerous portion of the storm that I'm seeing is in the Ellendale area. We did have a spotted tornado in Freeborn. That tornado was spotted at 4 p.m. That's 18 minutes ago. That was spotted by law enforcement. We had 2 tornado reports coming out near Alden earlier. That was at 3:42. That was at 3:42. So that tornado that we were just looking at was around 3:40 to 3:42. And we have just a very, I don't know how else to put it, really kind of a fascinating scenario within the atmosphere. These cells are still concerning me, the ones that, even though we're seeing kind of broader rotation, but these storms that are over Fillmore County right now. One that's in the Forestville area, just a heads up, anyone, I know that in Forestville State Park, they're not going to be watching television, but anyone just to the west of there. So getting in a deeper dive now, west of County Road 5, that to me looks a little bit more concerning. We're not really looking at a hail threat, but we are looking at a damaging wind threat. These storms are showing some rotation with them, looking at around 140th Street, County Road 1 on the far western side now of Fillmore County and eastern Mower County to the northeast of Leroy. A little skittish about that one that we're looking at. We have seen the tornado warnings expire in Worth County, and we still have this tornado warning in effect until 4:30 in northern Freeborn County and southern Steele County. And at that moment that I was just saying that is expired. So quite a flurry of activity that we have just seen within the last 30 minutes. There is still a tornado warning in effect for areas just to our northwest. While we're on here, just going to debrief you on that. That's approaching the Waterville area. That's near Madison Lake right now. So if you have any friends there north of Waseca County, there is a tornado warning that is in effect right now for Blue Earth and Le Sueur counties. Nobody is able to catch our signal out there though, but at this time, just wanted to show you what's going on the bigger picture. Now that we do have tornado warnings that have expired for the entire viewing area, I'm going to stay with you here for just a little bit longer. I'm popping back onto the green screen. I'm also keeping an eye. I've got all the National Weather Service alerts that are going to my handy dandy watch here, so I'm able to catch the very latest on those. The mid-Winnebago County into Worth, no more rotation with that. The warning has expired for the entire, or all the warnings that we've seen for the entire area have expired. But all of these storms now from Steele County down into Freeborn County, into Worth County and Winnebago counties, not really into Winnebago County right now, but in Hancock County, just south of Forest City. Also looking at Mitchell County, that storm that's right on top of Osage. All of these have now a history of rotating enough to produce a tornado. As we just saw the video evidence, let's take a look at that again if we could cue that up, that tornado warning, or the tornado that was seen in the Alden area. Again, that was about 340 to 342 where those reports came in. I don't know if we still have that video handy or not. If you've got it, let's pop it up. But also Fillmore County, we're seeing signs of rotation with that storm right there, that one to the northeast of Leroy, that one that's now nearing Forestville State Park. The good news is the motion that's been detected in those storms has weakened a little bit. So yeah, look at that. I mean, this is not a really huge storm that was producing that at the time. We have low-level rotation within these storms, and that's tornado was spotted near the Alden area. The good news is, as it looks to me, that was over some wide open space. Can't be sure of that. We don't have any reports of damage that have been reported, and I would assume that we would, considering that law enforcement was out and saw these tornadoes that were out at the time. I'm going to go back one more graphic here, and just to brief you, we have a tornado watch that's in effect until 10 p.m. for every county that you see here in yellow. Now let's let everyone know that I'm going to close this up in about a minute, but just debrief you on this. Things are happening very quickly with these thunderstorms, and there is a front in the area, and as these storms continue to develop, and I would assume, based on what we've seen so far and just based on the environment, we've got very humid air. We have thunderstorms and within a lot of unstable air, and as they develop quickly, it is in the very early stages of these storms when we are more than likely to see a tornado develop. In the early stages, we're not looking at a situation right now where we have those big, just classic supercells like you're going to see in places like Kansas and Oklahoma, or like we saw 15 years ago in 2010. These storms are smaller, but they're producing tornadoes fairly quickly because of that low-level twist that's in the atmosphere. And as they're interacting with a front that's draped across the area, those tornadoes are happening fairly quickly. Later on this evening, the storm mode for all of these storms that are developing is going to become more linear. And for us, that's good news in the sense of not seeing as much of a tornado threat. That's bad news in the sense that every single one of these right now are gushing rainfall. We've got a warm atmosphere going up kilometers, going up a couple miles, at least 10, 15, 20,000 feet. And because of that warm air higher up, where it's not turning into hail, it's staying rain. These are very efficient rainers, and these are going to potentially be causing some flash flooding problems as well. But for now, we'll deal with the first things first. A tornado watch until 10 p.m. this evening for every county that we see here in yellow. I'm going to advance a little bit. Some of these I had set up when we were going on with the warning. I'm still concerned with this storm that's in the Ostrander area northeast of Leroy, showing signs of rotation. We have a flood watch that's in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Because of all these storms, the severe thunderstorms that are moving through, any storm that's producing a tornado is also a very efficient rainer that's going to be dropping a lot of rain in a small area in a short amount of time. So where you have those, and right now you're thinking there's a heightened tornado threat, and you're right, there is at this time, but there's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall, and if you are in a lot of these river valleys, these stream valleys, even the small ones. If you remember back to 2007, we had streams like the Rush River and the Whitewater, some of these where you could jump across on a normal day, causing a lot of rapid flooding. The flash flooding that occurred from that was from all these storms that continued over the same area. So we're going to look out for that for the rest of today. Will one location continue to see thunderstorms over and over? That's one of our major concerns, is that flooding risk as we go ahead through the rest of tonight and thunderstorms continue to develop. Now, as I've been blathering on here about the risks of flooding and tornadoes, we have not had any new tornado warnings issued, but I just want you to be on guard for the possibility that something could happen very quickly. As soon as I see a tornado warning popping up on the screen, I'm going to come back onto programming and we'll be streaming at KALTV.com. The very moment these warnings are issued, they are also going up on our website, KALTV.com. You'll also get them on our app. You can download the ABC6 News app for the very latest. Looking beyond this immediate threat of potential tornadoes, there will be a flooding threat from consistent heavy rainers over the entire area. We have another line out to the west, and we'll see thunderstorms developing here through the rest of the afternoon, evening, and another round coming our way through the day tomorrow. All right, that's enough for now. We'll have a whole lot more coming up on ABC6 News at 5, and if any warnings are issued between now and then, I will hop right back on air. We'll have the very latest. Thank you for staying with us. Very much appreciated. Hope to see you at 5 o'clock.